Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain some of the important problems in thermometry. Let's see one by one. Before I start my teaching, if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe the channel and for more updates, please click the bell icon. So you'll be getting all the updates. The first problem, very simple and standard problem. At what temperature the centigrade scale and the Fahrenheit scale readings are the same? It's a very basic question. We all know that for the relation between them is C by 5 is equal to F minus 32 by 9. So since the readings are same, we can take C is equal to F is equal to some X. So X by 5 is equal to X minus 32 by 9. Just cross multiply that. So you'll get this as 9x is equal to 5x minus 160. 4x is equal to minus 160. X is equal to minus 40 degrees. So that means the readings, whether you say minus 40 degrees centigrade or minus 40 degree Fahrenheit, both are same. They show the same reading at minus 40 degrees. Now let's move on to problem number 2, the same model. The Fahrenheit and Kelvin scales of temperature will give the same reading. So let's all use the equation. So F minus 32 by 180 is equal to K minus 273 by 100, or simply F minus 32 by 9 is equal to K minus 273 by 5. So the same form way we write F is equal to K is equal to X. So X minus 32 by 9 is equal to X minus 273 by 5. Simplify that and you'll get the X value as 574.25. So the option number C is the correct answer. So at this temperature, and Fahrenheit scale and Kelvin scale shows the same reading. Sometimes they ask you at what temperature Celsius scale and Kelvin scale show the same reading. Now what is the relation here? C is equal to K minus 273. If I keep C is equal to K is equal to X, so we are not getting anything. So that means Celsius scale and Kelvin scale cannot show the same reading. So from this we understand that is not possible. So this is an important thing. Only Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale can show the same reading at minus 40, and Kelvin Fahrenheit can show the reading at 574, but Celsius and Kelvin will not show any reading. Now let's move on to the next problem number 3. In a thermometer, the ice point is marked as 10 degree and the steam point is marked as 130. At 40 degrees centigrade temperature, what will this thermometer read? So remember, it is a new thermometer. So let us take the lower fixed point as 10 degree and the upper fixed point as 130 for new thermometer. And we have a Celsius thermometer where the lower fixed point is 0 degree centigrade, the upper fixed point is 100. And what is the reading given here? It is given as 40 degrees centigrade. Then what is the reading on this? That is the question given. So just simply apply. So we all know that reading minus lower fixed point by upper fixed point minus lower is equal to, for this one, reading 40 minus 0 by 100 minus 0. So R minus 10 upon 120 is equal to 40 upon 100. So here this 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel. So R minus 10 is equal to 48. So R is equal to 58 degrees. The answer is option A. So we need to compare the two scales. So this is a new scale other than Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, Kelvin scale. So for new scale, we take like that. Now let us see same way hypothetical scale is given. On the hypothetical scale, X, the ice point is 40 and the steam point is 120. So the same model. The ice point is lower fixed point 40 and the steam point is given as 120. Now, for another scale Y, this is the scale X. Let me take another scale Y. On this scale, the ice point and the steam point are, this is minus 30 degrees centigrade and this is given as again 130 degrees centigrade. No, 130 degrees centigrade, so it's just a new scale. So if X reads 50, so the reading on X is given as 50, then what is the reading on this? So the same model for any scale, we all know that reading minus lower fixed point by upper fixed point minus lower fixed point is always a constant. So I use the same concept here. So for this one, what is the reading? 50 minus lower fixed point 40, upper fixed minus lower fixed is equal to this. We don't know the reading. Minus for the lower fixed point plus 30 now. Minus of minus and 130 plus 30 is 160. So this is nothing but 10 upon 80 R plus 30 by 160. Right? So this will go by 2 times. So 20 is equal to R plus 30. So nothing but minus 10 degrees. So here the answer is option number C. Minus 10 degrees is the answer for it. So it's also the same way. We always compare the two scales. Now let's move on to problem number 5. If thermometer reads freezing point of water as 30 degrees centigrade and boiling point as 150 degrees centigrade, how much thermometer read when the actual temperature is 60 degrees centigrade? So it's called a faulty thermometer. So let us take a faulty thermometer where the lower fixed point is given as 30 degrees centigrade. For a faulty thermometer, 30 degrees centigrade. Upper fixed point is given as 150 degrees centigrade and the reading is given as 60 degrees centigrade. Reading on this on Celsius scale. Now, actually, if you look at original scale is 0 degrees centigrade, 100 degrees centigrade. How much thermometer read when the actual temperature is? That means this is the actual scale. This is the faulty scale. Faulty scale. That means it's not correct. This is true scale or correct scale. On correct scale, reading is given as 60 degree centigrade. What is the corresponding reading on the faulty scale? The procedure is the same everywhere. So reading minus 30, 150 minus 30 is equal to reading minus 0 upon 100 minus 0. So this is nothing but R minus 30 by 120 is equal to 60 by 100. So, and here this 0 cancel, 0 cancel. So R minus 30 is equal to 72. R is equal to 102 degrees centigrade. That is the corresponding reading on the faulty scale. So just I equated a faulty scale with the standard scale or correct scale. Let's move on to problem number 6. What does the problem number 6 says? A centigrade Fahrenheit thermometers are dipped in boiling water. So there is a bowl containing boiling water. Boiling water means what? 100 degrees centigrade. So in that two thermometers are placed, one marked in Fahrenheit, another one marked in centigrade. This is degree centigrade, degree Fahrenheit. Okay. So the water temperature is lowered until the Fahrenheit thermometer register. So reading of this is given. So 140 degrees. What is the fall in temperature? So when 140 degree Fahrenheit is same as how many Celsius? Let us calculate. So C by 5 is F minus 32 by 9. So C by 5 is 140 minus 32 by 9. So C by 5 is 108 by 9, and this will go by 12 times. So C is equal to 60 degrees centigrade, but that is not the answer. This is reading corresponding to 1 degree Fahrenheit. Now he's asking the decrease in temperature. Actually, what is the answer? Initial temperature 100. So decrease in temperature is equal to 100 minus 60, nothing but 40. So the answer is D. The decrease in temperature is 40. If the corresponding temperature means 60 now, but the decrease asking. So what is the fall? Fall means nothing, a decrease. Now let's go to problem number 7. A very simple problem. Two temperature scales A and B are related by A minus 42 by 100 is equal to B minus 72 by 220. At what temperature the two scales are the same reading? Again, a simple problem. Simply take the equation A minus 42 upon 110 is equal to B minus 72 by 220. So given A is equal to B is equal to some X. Let's substitute. X minus 42 by 110 is equal to X minus 72 by 210. So this will go by 2 times. So 2x minus 84, x minus 72. So x is equal to 12. The answer is B. 12 degrees is the answer. Now let's move on to question number 8. At constant volume, when the volume is constant, the variable is pressure. So for constant volume gas thermometer, the temperature is given by Pt minus P naught by P100 minus P naught into 100. Where Pt is pressure at T degree centigrade, P naught is pressure at 0, P100. See, the values are given. Pressure readings are 50 and 90 at 0 and 100. So P naught is equal to 50 centimeter. This is 50 centimeter means it is the centimeters of mercury pressure. And 100, P100 is given as 90 centimeter, and the temperature at some value Pt given as 60 centimeters. Now is asking what is the temperature. Now let's substitute. So here T is equal to what is Pt? I got 60 minus 50 upon 90 minus 50 into 100. So nothing but 10 upon 40 into 100. So 1000 by 40, nothing but 25 degrees centigrade. So the answer is 25 degrees centigrade. Now let's see, that's a very important model. And let's see what is the question. A scientist proposes a new temperature scale in which the ice point is 25x and x is the new unit of temperature and the steam point is 305x. The specific heat capacity of water in this new scale will be, actually in Celsius, if you look at the specific heat of water is 4200 joule per kg per degree centigrade. So if you look at, if we express in delta C, So specific heat value is 4200. Now we have to express a new scale. So what is the magnitude of that is asking, the magnitude of this. So the magnitude value is inversely proportional to the cells. And we know that the corresponding change on Celsius scale 100 minus 0 is equal for new scale. The corresponding change delta x is equal to upper fixed minus lower fixed point. This is 305x minus 25x. So delta C by 100 is equal to delta x by this, I think, 280x. So, and from this value, we understand that the change in temperature is inversely proportional. So I can write here as this value delta C upon delta X is also equal to 100 by 280. So this is an X means that centimeter. Don't write that unit. So that we can write 305 minus 25. So it will be 25 only. Now from this equation, if you look at it in centigrade, the value is given as, so I can write this as delta C by delta X is equal to inversely proportional. Now the change in temperature is this inversely proportional. So the value we need to find out that X upon C. That is the value of specific heat in Celsius. So this I can write 100 by 280 is equal to X by 4200. So because these are inversely proportional value and that. So if we simplify that, the 0 cancel. X is equal to 4200 into 10 by 28. So 7 fours, 7 6. So 6000 by 4, nothing but 1500. So that means the value of the specific heat in the new scale is 1500 joule kg inverse X inverse. So this is a very important model. So we have to understand that the numerical value inversely proportional to temperature. Now let's move on to problem number 10. A graph plotted taking centigrade along y-axis and degree Fahrenheit along x-axis. So what the shape is asking? So we need to draw C-F graph. Celsius on y-axis. We all know C by 5 is equal to F minus 32 by 9. So C is equal to 5 by 9 in F minus 32. So this is nothing but 5 by 9 minus 160 by 9. So it's very clear. This represents y is equal to mx minus c. So here, if you draw a graph by taking Celsius on y-axis and Fahrenheit on x-axis, the graph looks like this. So what is the approximate graph given here? What is the graph? So the option number D is the right answer. That is the shape of CF graph. Now it is almost the same. A graph is drawn between centigrade temperature of a body along x-axis and corresponding Fahrenheit temperature along y. Now reverse graph. I want to draw what is FC graph and we need to find out the slope of the graph. So again take the same equation. C by 5 is equal to F minus 32 by 9. So from this I want to reverse now. F minus 32 is equal to 9 by 5C. F is equal to 9 by 5C plus 32. So it is of the form y is equal to mx plus 9 by 5c is the right. Okay, so from this we can compare that. In the place of slope I have 9 by 5. So slope is equal to 9/5. So the answer is B. It's a simple graph. Again, which of the following in figure represent the relation between Fahrenheit scale, temperature, and Celsius scale? So just now we have drawn both the graphs. If you see this graph will be of the form, if I draw the graph here, mx plus c graph is this. So F-C graph. And previously we have drawn CF graph. This is C-F graph. So if you look at the graphs, if I take C on y-axis, F on x-axis, this is the CF graph. So the answer is A. A is the correct answer. If you take F1 x-axis and C on x-axis, so the answer for it is A. So these are some of the standard problems that are there in thermometry we can learn. So it covered all different models that are there in thermometry. So I hope you all understood all the problems in the important problems in thermometry. And I wish you happy learning. Keep learning physics and subscribe my channel to know more about physics. And I promise you I definitely make physics more interesting. Thanks for watching.